Plastic Vision India 2023 has seen a melting of different ideas, companies, collaborations across the board. We've got companies from other countries as well coming here. Right now, we are talking to someone very senior in this sector, Mr. Haresh Pillay, Executive Director, Time Technoplast. Haresh ji, thank you so much for sparing time for Modern Plastics TV.
Thank you very much.
Just getting a perspective view, a lot is happening across the borders. War is there. We are just out of COVID. There are certain talks about some other disease in China. Keeping all this in mind, since your footprints are across the border also, do you see industry here getting affected in any adverse way?
See, generally speaking, the Indian plastic industry is focused towards the local markets, basically within the country itself. Not many overseas units are there, but if you are asking about our company, we are located in 11 locations overseas, and our business as such has not been affected to an extent that this is a packaging product, rigid packaging, so every customer requires the packaging material. Naturally, there is not much of a variation. And our industry, plastic processing industry, is not very export oriented. Like when you compare with China, Chinese plastic processing industry is export focused. So they're more into exports rather than, apart from their local consumption. So our exports are growing, and it will grow. And when the war and all this situation evens out, I think the best opportunity would be available for the Indian manufacturers to set their footprints outside in almost all the segments. So far as the reconstruction is concerned or development is concerned. So I look forward to this with an optimism that when you compare the per capita consumption of our Indian diaspora, it's about 14 or 15 kg, and the world average is much higher. It's more than double. And when you're talking about China and all these, it's more than 50 kg, 55 kg. So we have a long way to go. And we have all the kind of talents available now. The machines are available. We have talented manpower available. And we have the wherewithals in terms of raw material, in terms of processing capacity, in terms of entrepreneurship. So definitely, in the time to come, definitely it will be a boon for the plastic processing industry.
And so, since you talked about some numbers, people do share concern about the ecological footprint of this particular sector. It's demonized for all wrong reasons. Though people don't realize that if there were no plastic, there would be even bigger pressure on trees to make up the space. Keeping that in mind, Government of India has got SDG goals, very clear guidelines till 2030. ERP norms will come very soon. Do you think all this will make the market more competitive?
Yeah. There is a general sentence everybody says, no to plastic, right? No to plastic is, they say no to plastic. What we say is no to plastics, KNOW. So you know plastics very well. If you know plastics very well, you will understand that without plastics you cannot survive. You cannot survive. You talk about automobile, or you talk about aircrafts, or you talk about the toothbrush which you use daily, or the mobile phones you are using, or the material handling equipments you are using. Anything and everything has got a plastic component in that. So we say no to plastic, know your plastic. And as the industry veteran says, plastic is fantastic. The only thing is, some single-use plastic, might have created some issues because of the disposal. Disposal is something like which is the task of the government. The government has to set up the system for collection and disposal of the. But for that, the industry cannot be blamed. You have a pen, you have this microphone. These are all plastics. The spectacle you wear, the lenses you have, the stent which you put in, everything is plastic, made of plastic. So plastic is fantastic. So I'm optimistic about the use. Sooner or later, people are getting aware of their responsibilities in terms of circularity, or in terms of sustainability, or in terms of upcycling, apart from recycling. So there is a new term like upcycling or even downcycling also. So, going forward, I think these are the buzzwords with which, and there are a lot of startups which have come in, like, who are getting involved in all these processes in each stage of the evolution of plastic industry, from development to execution to the recycling or all that. So entire life cycle analysis, if you do, plastic is fantastic. One cannot live without plastic. And as I told you, like, if the per capita consumption is to be looked into, and you look at the population of the country, and you extrapolate that into, you translate that into a volume, look at the kind of prospects which we have. We still have miles to go, very long to go. Too much opportunity available.
The macro to micro level, talking about the domestic front, since you're bringing polymers to life, any new product in pipeline, new service that you're working on that you'd like to share with our viewers?
See, we are market leaders in the rigid packaging business, and now we have diversified very well into composites. So composites also is a very resilient, light-weighted material, and specialized products like LPG cylinders, CNG caskets. So these are made from carbon fiber or glass fiber and all this. So these are replacing metal to a very large extent. And in the time to come, definitely further more segments would be added to this. So we are very bullish on the composite segment at the moment, and we'll grow into this.
Since you mentioned about a lot of new things coming through, I mean, there's one revolutionary product that we've heard about, that you're creating plastic cylinders. Though it sounds very, hazardous considering the nature of, product it is. But have you been in talks with companies? Are they very open to it?
As I told you just now, we have launched. We are into composites in a big way. So this forms part of the composite value chain, and in this we have launched the LPG cylinders made in composite material, and where apart from lightweighting, these are explosion proof, and we are exporting to almost more than 40 countries overseas. And apart from that, we have launched CNG caskets in a much big way, which is helping the city gas distribution network across the country. So the pipe gas network is the density is hardly 2 to 3% right now in the industry, in the country. So this will help in very big way distribution of CNG, and again it will reduce the carbon footprints also. It will have its own impact on circularity and sustainability. So we'll reduce the carbon footprint with this, and there are many more products, such innovative products, which will be coming in the near future, especially in the composites segment.
This really appears to be a very revolutionary idea, considering it's very sensitive. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
Thank you.